All right, with its convention out of the way, can the APC hold on to power in 2023? And what is the new agenda being set for the new National Working Committee of the party led by Senator Abdullahi Adamu? All right, let's bring in the Governor of Kogi State, Yahaya Bello. Thank you so much, Mr. Governor, for joining us tonight on News Night. Let's begin with the just concluded convention that happened March 26 right here in Abuja. What's your thought, first off, on the emergence of the national chairman, Abdullahi Adamu, through consensus? And more importantly, would you support consensus for presidential primaries in May when it happens? Would you support, consensus for presidential candidates?
Thank you, Ngozi. Before I respond to your question, let me first of all commiserate with Mr. President Muhammadu Buhari, my colleague Governor El-Rufai, the victims and families of those that were affected in the unfortunate incident that happened yesterday where criminals attacked a moving train. I commiserate with them, I commiserate with Mr. President, I commiserate with my colleague Governor, and we hope all this would never happen again in the history of this country. Having said that, the convention have come and gone, and by the special grace of God, our party is stronger than ever before. The choice of Senator Abdullahi Adamu is a wise one. Senator Abdullahi Adamu is a man of yesterday and today. He has the historical memory of political evolution in Nigeria. So he's a proper fit for the job. The process that threw him up and he was elected at the convention was lawful, legal, and constitutional. In the Constitution or in the Electoral Act, there are three options: consensus, election, direct primary, and indirect. And both of them are lawful, and the party decided to go for consensus this time around. Nobody was forced to step down for another throughout the process. In that particular last convention, there were elections in some other positions, while in some, there were consensus. Now, as per whether consensus will be agreed or whether I will support consensus in the presidential primaries or other primaries that are coming, it is up to the party. But if you listen to Mr. President's speech, he did admonish that there shall be primaries amongst, and that the most popular person shall emerge. And that will come as a result of election. So the party, in her wisdom, whichever decision that it takes, I think I'll be very okay with that.
So what do you say to those who say your party has rewarded newcomers with elective positions in your party by this way of consensus? They have their say, but they didn't have their way. Just because Mr. President wanted a consensus, and so everybody was whipped into line, and consensus it was. They say those who newly joined your party have now found their way into very strong pillar positions of your party. What's your response to that?
If my memory, is right, in about 2 National Executive Committee meetings in the past, or about 3 of it, there was a resolution that was passed whereby a new entrant into our party will be given full rights and privileges, like even the founding fathers. Remember, this party was formed as a result of various political parties coming together, including PDP itself. And distinguished Senator Abdullahi Adamu is one of the PDP members that formed this political party. He is a Nigerian, eminently qualified. He is an elder, he is a father. He has the knowledge, he has the credentials to be able to put the party together. Mr. President never forced anybody. I'm sure Mr. President does not have to come to the venue of the convention to begin to campaign for anybody or against anybody. He has his own opinion and he expressed it. And so many other aspirants saw wisdom in that particular admonition. And they simply adhered. So no one was whipped. I don't see anybody, being whipped online. Rather, it was a free will. And that is exactly what happened. And that is to tell you the caliber or the integrity, the character and integrity of our dear president and other leaders and members of our great party. We respect the constitution of our party. We respect the electoral law. We respect the constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. That is exactly what we followed. No imposition whatsoever. And Mr. President, in his own remarks as well, have stated that there shall be no imposition in the next general primary going to come up. I think the issue of imposition or whipping anybody online does not arise at all. We follow the democratic process and we have a solid National Working Committee and a solid party.
Now, Mr. Governor, that there might be a mass exodus or mass defection from the APC as a result of the fallout from that convention. What do you have to say about the possibility of that happening, like deja vu of what happened, with the PDP in 2015? And I'd also like you to address the issue of party supremacy, where you will no longer have a situation where the party depends on governors like yourself for funding, but actually taking it back to the people who can bring in their 1 naira, their 100 naira, their 50 naira. How do you think that can be achieved so that Nigeria's democracy will be well founded?
Thank you very much. The question of mass exodus does not arise at all. Remember in 2015 convention of the main opposition party. From the convention ground, there were a lot of walkouts. And then we gained. There were a lot of fears and concerns that in this particular convention, similar thing might happen. But it didn't happen. Rather, we were rather stronger and solid. So, after the convention, where the party did not divide, whoever wants to leave the party is going to do that at his own volition. In any case, as I'm speaking with you now, there are more members from other political parties who wants to join. They were waiting whether we're going to get our convention right. Having seen that our convention, we got it right, they are ready to come in. Governors from other political parties, senators, reps, and other bigwigs from other political parties want to join our party because of the maturity with which we handled our affairs. That aside, the supremacy of the party is what Mr. President and other leaders of the party have been preaching all this while, whereby every member is admonished to pay their dues. This is a progressive party, a party for both the rich, the poor, or for Nigerians generally. When you pay your dues, you have equal right like any other governor. You have equal right like any other senator or any other founding member of this political party. And that is why somebody like Senator Abdullahi Adamu have the same right like any other person from other legacy party, and that was why he was elected unanimously to occupy the position of the national chairman of our great party. That is the supremacy of the party, and when the party speaks, of course, abide by it.
Okay, Mr. Governor, you have a chairman from the North Central of Nigeria. Are you still interested in becoming the president of Nigeria? Are you contesting for presidency in 2023?
The election of distinguished Senator Abdullahi Adamu is a different ball game. We needed somebody with that requisite knowledge, like I stated earlier, to manage the party. And we found it in those qualities in him. What Nigeria needs now is a vibrant, young, dynamic unifier who will build bridge across every strata in this society, who will downplay the issue of religion, rather unify every religion, all the Nigerians, all the tribes, all the class, women, youth, people living with disability, inclusiveness. Nigeria requires that. Nigeria requires somebody who is going to headed monster that is facing this country today. And I believe I possess that quality. Quality is what we want, not where you come from. And that is democracy. Democracy is about number. I am throwing my heart into the ring. And like every other person, and let the people elect. Let the delegates or the members of our party, depending on the mode, let them come and elect. And I am very confident, 100% confident, that when that election takes place, I am going to win overwhelmingly because I possess the quality that
Mr. Governor, if you can hear me, let's just clarify this.
Let me use this opportunity. Yeah, let me use this opportunity to invite you and Nigerians for my open declaration on the 2nd Saturday of April 2022.
That is totally ignoring the zoning formula of your party. If your national chairman is from North Central, you're also from North Central. What does that say about the zoning formula of your party?
We don't have zoning formula for presidential, vice presidential in our party. We are a party that respects law and rule of law and the rule of the game. We have a constitution and there's no zoning formula as far as APC constitution as amended is concerned. No zoning as far as the electoral law as amended 2022 is concerned. No zoning in the constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Besides, Nigerians want quality. Nigerians want those who are, or somebody who is going to give them hope. And by the special grace of God, I believe that I possess that quality. Who is going to give the hope to every Nigerian, irrespective of your background?
Well, it's interesting, Mr. Governor, that you say there is no zoning policy in your party. The general sentiment in the country is that when one part of the country has governed for a certain number of years or a period, it is only natural that it should go to the other side. And you recently were quoted as saying that rotation is unconstitutional. If zoning is not part of it, rotation is not it, what then is the way, forward? The general sentiment is that the presidency of Nigeria should go to the, to the southern part of the country, and more specifically to the southeast. Now you're running, and the chairman of your party is also from the north central, part of the country. What are we to make of this?
Poverty has no zoning. Insecurity has no zoning. Lack of infrastructure has no zoning. Disunity has no zoning. All the problems we are confronted with today in this country has no zoning. All that is important is that person who is coming to solve the problem. And that is exactly what I am coming to do. I'm going to throw my heart into the ring. Nigerians are there to vote. Party members are there to vote. Party delegates are there to vote. And I believe that they are going to vote for me. That is number one. On the other side, if you are emphasizing on zoning, I continue to bring out this argument. First, if you're talking of zoning, what is the criteria? The criteria that North have had it, how many years? South, how many years? Okay, North Central, Southeast, who have been elected into that office, by a democratic process, since inception of this particular democracy, 1999, or way back from 1960 till now. You know that I tick that box once again. But I will prefer that we go by merit. Who can get the problem solved? I pose that I am that person who is coming to solve that problem by the grace of God.
Governor of Kogi State, North Central Nigeria, thank you so much, Yahaya Bello, for being on Newsnight. We do appreciate your time, Mr. Governor.